Good morning and happy Tuesday. My dog is walking so fast. Here we go again. Goodness gracious, I didn't want to put on a hat because I got big hair this morning. You know how I ended up with big hair? Well, I washed my hair earlier and I just let it air dry because usually I wash it too late to air dry, and that's why I have to blow dry it. Anyway, you know what they say about big hair, don't you? The bigger the hair, the closer to God. So I'm feeling a little closer to God today because of my big hair. Actually, I think it's supposed to be bigger this way, but that's okay. He appreciates the effort. It kind of reminds me of Loretta Lynn. I was born a coal miner's daughter. Something, something on a hill in Butcher Holler. We was poor, but we had love. That's the one thing my daddy made sure of. Something, 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 a coal miner's daughter. I don't know. I even listened to it this morning so I could sing it, and I still forgot the words. Oh, goodness gracious. Why is she walking? I guess she's walking so fast because it's cold. It's 29 degrees. When I was listening to the Coal Miner's Daughter song, it reminded me of my mama. Oh my gosh, thank goodness we can finally stop for a second. Oh, it reminded me of my mama. Not because my mama was a coal miner's daughter, but they grew up poor, but they had love, and that's the one thing her daddy made sure of. They were sharecroppers for a time. At this point in her life, she was real little. Maybe 3 or 4 when they were sharecroppers. And she said she would always want to go out to the crops with her dad, with her Diddy. That's what she called him, Diddy. She said the corn would be growing and it'd be about that long, and she'd break it off and eat it. And she said her daddy never got on to her. Well, he would get on to her, but not like in a mean way. He would say, "Now, Shirley, you need to quit eating that corn. We got to let it grow so we can have some corn for dinner." And she was like, "I'm sorry, Daddy, but I just love that little corn. You know, baby corn, it is good." And another one of her stories is, she said, "Daddy, what is that?" He said, "It's cabbage." And she said, "Oh, I can't say cabbage, I say labbage." And he said, "You just said cabbage." And she said, "No, I can't say cabbage, I have to say labbage." Like lettuce, labbage, I don't know. I just thought it was a cute story. Anyway, my big hair made me think of Loretta Lynn, and then it made me think of my mama and the baby corn and the labbage. I don't know why these things come to me like they do. My new neighbor just met my dog. Not really met, but Penny was in the ditch scratching off and doing her thing while my new neighbor, I think her name's Gloriana or something like that, anyway, while she was trying to back out the driveway. Ooh, I just cranked my car from my phone. I made sure and got in it last night and turned all of the vents on, the fan on, whatever you call it, on defrost, because I knew we would have frost. And I also, I don't know if it'll turn on my heated seat, but I made sure and hit that button, so I don't know, probably not. But it will at least get all that frost off my window. Well, would y'all like to know how my night went? Okay, so the other day when I went to Publix, I had a hankering for a Dr. Pepper. You ever just have a hankering for a Dr. Pepper? Well, I bought me one, and I just had a couple of sips of it. See? Frost. Hopefully when I get in it, it'll be no frost. Yeah, Penny's confused because the car's cranked. She's like, "Are we going somewhere?" What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Dr. Pepper. Well, let me tell you what happened. Hold on just a second. My glasses are fogged up. from being outside and coming inside. Okay, so where did I leave off? Oh yeah, I bought the Dr. Pepper. I drank a little. I put it in the fridge. Didn't think anything else about it. Because I really just wanted a couple of sips, you know, a couple of sips. Well, yesterday, I decided that I was going to pour some over ice and have with my lunch. Ice. That's how it's said. Ice. You have to drag it out like that. So, I sipped on that Dr. Pepper for the rest of the day. Yeah, till about 3 o'clock when I got off. Well, last night when I went to bed, I knew that I wasn't feeling very sleepy, but I try to go to bed at the same time every night, especially when I have to get up early and go to the office, you know? Plus, Penny starts standing and staring at me around 10 o'clock like, are we not going to bed? My glasses are fogging back up very slowly. Ugh. Focus, Tracy. Well, that's when I started feeling all tingly. And I was like, why am I feeling like this? Why do I feel this way? And I was like, oh yeah, the Dr. Pepper. Well, I can't see. So I came in here to get some of my CBD oil because it can help combat all that tingling that's going on. And I just happened to notice that it was one of those extreme Dr. Peppers, you know, with the extra caffeine. And I drank like that much of it yesterday after lunch. Now, I'm to the age where I can't have caffeine after lunch. My tea that I drink is decaffeinated because I get all out, you know. Well, anyway, I took me a half a dropper of my CBD oil, and I went back there and went back to bed, and I laid there and continued to tinkle. I didn't tinkle. I tingled. Yeah, that's the word. I tingled until about 2 o'clock in the morning. I finally drifted off. That's the last time I looked at the clock. It was 2 o'clock, and I drifted off to sleep. Tell me why. Tell me why. I woke up at 4:20. That ain't enough sleep, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Well, thankfully, I did go back to sleep, but it was one of those weird times between 4:20 and when my clock went off at 6:20. I had 4 hours sleep. It was one of those weird things. Hopefully, these won't fog up again. It's just because my head's warm and, well, no, my head's still cold, I guess, and the room's, I don't know, science, okay? I don't know. I was in that weird state of, I guess I was in a REM sleep during that 4 to 6 time because I had some weird dreams. Yeah, so it's going to be a day, I tell you, and I think I'm going to be by myself today. That helps keep the fog away. Yeah, I'll just do this all day. I mean, surely when I get back in the car, it won't do this anymore. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and you can call me Shirley. I'm going to be real early to work because it's 7:40, and I'm already ready to go. I mean, it's the nights that I go to sleep at 8, not 8. What is wrong with me? I go to sleep at 10 as soon as my head hits the pillow, and I sleep till 6:30 or 7. Those are the days that I can't get it together. I don't know. I just hopped up this morning like it was time to go to work. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to work now. I'll be back in a bit, okay? Okay, I'm in the car. It's warm and everything's defrosted. It did not turn on my heated seat. I didn't think it would, but I wanted to try it anyway, you know. I don't use my crank from my phone. I got a hair on my lip that often, so I just never know. Well, I was reminded this morning of an incident that happened a long time ago. I was in I'd say my early 20s, it was Vicky that went with me to the beach. I can't remember. That part doesn't really matter. But we went to the beach, Panama City Beach, which a lot of people call the Redneck Riviera. That's where all the kids used to go. I don't know if they still do. They probably do. But that's where all the kids used to go for spring break. And when I called down there to book a room on the beach, they told me, I think I must have been younger than 25, because they told me that I could not rent the room without, like, my mom calling and I guess saying she would cover any damage or whatever. Yeah, that's how bad the Redneck Riviera is, because all them school kids go down there and get wasted and tear up the rooms. And I was like, look, I'm not one of them kids. I may be 23 years old, but I am grown and I don't do stuff like that. No, about the stupidest I do is get totally wasted on wine coolers. And I passed out on the beach. Not really passed out. I mean, we were laying in the sun and I just fell asleep. Well, let me tell you something about the Redneck Riviera. The sand is really white. When the sand's really white, it draws the sun in more, and there's these little crystals in the sand that also draws the sun in. Well, anyway, I got one of the worst sunburns. Why am I getting hair? I think my scarf is shedding or something. I don't know. I had the worst sunburn on my face. I don't really burn. I usually just tan. I mean, I might get a little red, but I just don't usually burn like that because I'm not that white. You know what I'm saying? I get some good color going on because of my mama's native roots, I would imagine. Well, as I'm driving home, when you look in the rear view mirror to see if anybody's behind you or something, you can kind of catch sight of your face every now and then. I was like, is my face growing? And I think I'm going to say it was Vicky, because we used to go to the beach all the time. And she was like, it is kind of growing. And I'd look in the mirror again. I was like, why is my face growing? She said, I don't know, but it is. Well, y'all, by the time I got home, I looked like a lion. You know how the lion has the eyes that kind of slit? You know what I'm saying? And then the nose is like super wide. The bridge of the nose is wide. And all of this was swollen. So, I made an appointment to go to the doctor about it because that was scary. It wasn't a blister, it was just swelling. So I went to the doctor the next day and he looked at it and he said, why did you lay in the sun so long? And I was like, well, it's really none of your business why I laid in the sun so long. Well, to be honest, I drank too many wine coolers and I fell asleep. I had second-degree burns on my face. Y'all, can you believe it? That's what happened to me. I mean, I'm surprised my skin isn't worse off than it should be. What? I'm surprised that my skin isn't worser than it is. Worser. It's a good grammatically correct word. Ooh, I'm having trouble talking today. Grammatically correct word. Yes. Worser. It was just worser. So, I made sure the next time we went to Panama City that I didn't start drinking so early and pass out in the sun. No, I was like, you need to maintain composure, Missy. So I did. I maintained composure until at least that sun was not straight overhead. Yeah, that was the rule. We gotta wait till the sun's more. When the sun goes down on my side of town, that lonesome feeling comes to my room out in the shadows. And I'm probably singing the wrong words, but that's fine. Yeah, just enjoy the song, okay? Well, I'm almost to work. I'll be back later to say goodbye, okay? Well then, I'm on my way home. I stayed awake today. I feel great, actually. I don't understand. Whatever. I'll probably sleep good tonight. I made sure and didn't consume any caffeine, except for this morning. Yeah, I ain't gonna make that mistake again. Dr. Pepper Extreme. Is that what it's called? It's got the big X on it? Ooh. That was, yeah. Anyway, I mean, but you know, some people only get 4 hours of sleep a night, so, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, I'm used to getting more sleep. That's all I'm saying. But I'm okay with 4 hours of sleep. Yeah. Shoot, yeah, it was actually 4 hours and 20 minutes. So, anyway, that's going to be it for this video. It's very nice out now. I mean, it was cold this morning, but it's up to almost 60 degrees now. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon, because these people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries, which will be tomorrow, because I post every day. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Yeah. And that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Toodles, manoodles.